It is for a family. It is a husband, wife, and a son that live in the home. And they were looking to, I guess, basically make the kitchen more functional as well as updated. So the kitchen actually, it was actually still in pretty good condition. It was well taken care of, but the cooktop, where it sat and the function of it, it just wasn't a very functional kitchen anymore for where they were today. I think they go back and forth, rotating either Sundays or whoever's turn it is, entertaining with some friends of theirs. So they do go back and forth between each other's homes. So this actually allows them to have better entertaining, I think, with the new kitchen. Correct. So the cooktop was actually where they have their Keurig coffee maker on the countertop now. That's where the cooktop was located. And we actually moved it to the other side of the kitchen and put it on an angle. And when we did that, we actually bumped that wall that the refrigerator and range is sitting on. We pushed it back into, on the other side of the wall, there was a desk area. So they didn't utilize the desk area. They didn't need it. So what we did was we took part of that space and made it now the kitchen to give them a bigger kitchen area. So what we did was we opened up, they had a seating counter previously, but the kitchen was closed off. So we actually, there is a soffit that was existing that we kept. It has an interesting shape to it. So we actually made that counter to follow along with the soffit so that they mirror each other. And then in the meantime, we also opened up the space more so that when they have seating, it's not as closed off the kitchen space. So they definitely wanted a dark cabinet. They loved the richness of the dark cabinet, but they wanted the space to be bright, so they wanted very bright countertops. And then they had bright floors, which helped to make the room feel much brighter. And then what we did with the space behind the range, just to help keep things bright, we put a what we call a grease guard. We went with the full width and the height of that wall right behind that range, and we did it with the countertop material, which is a little bit brighter than the wall, to help keep that bright aspect in the kitchen. So we actually, we did our, I would like to call it a best educated guess on where those lines were going to fall with the countertop below. And then as we went along in the process, along with the contractor and our countertop fabricator, as we were putting everything together, we made sure that we stayed consistent with those lines and made adjustments as we needed as we went along. But to start with, we did our best educated guess with our software to lay it out, and then we made the adjustments. So we went with, for the cabinetry, we used diamond cabinetry. It's one of our, I would say, probably our easiest to work with lines. It met everything that they needed without having to be too extravagant in the features as well as cost. So that was a nice plus, being able to fit them into the diamond line. And then with the countertops, it's a quartz surface. We use the Silestone brand. And what it is it's just a very easy to care for, very low maintenance, virtually no maintenance type of countertop surface. We had them coordinate with an appliance folks that we work with quite often to go down, take a look, make their selection, there's so much to an appliance nowadays. I don't think people utilize everything that's available. So we actually had them go down and work with our appliance specialists to go ahead and pick those out. Yeah, so similar to the appliances, what we do is we pair them up with lighting specialists that can assist them with all the lighting. There's so many options out there. It's really hard to keep track of everything that's most current with lighting.
Yeah, and I get overwhelmed with the choices if I go in, to look at places. I like everything, and then it's just difficult to narrow it down. So I'm sure they were grateful for the help from the professionals.
Yeah, just the whole different color tones you can have, the amount of wattages, the LEDs, all the differences. So we find it best when we pair them up with the lighting specialist to work alongside with them. Nothing wrong with the kitchen, what it was, but it was a little on the dated side, and then just that whole being able to open up the space a little bit more, make it a little more function. The kitchen was good for the time period that it was done in, but it was time to bring it a little bit fashion forward, so we went ahead and helped them with that, and it was really fun, and I did enjoy the challenges of the soffit, as well as the air conditioner that we have right above the cabinets, making sure that everything worked and functioned. One thing that was really cool, it's hard to see under the TV, we did a little niche, so the cable box, the VCR or DVD player, Blu-ray, whatever you might have, it fits right in there, and we did a shelf that matches their counter.